test, and today we are solving Uber question, that is third transaction per user. So here the question says, assume that you are given a table below an Uber transaction made by users. Write a query to obtain the third transaction of every user. So you need to print out the user ID, spend the transaction date. So let's first see the table, that is transaction. So we have the column names, user ID, spend, and the transaction date on which the transaction has happened. So we see the data types too here. So user ID is integer, spend is decimal, and transaction date is timestamp. So you can see this is the columns and table is here. We can have a look. So you also try by yourself, and to solve this question we can have an approach for subquery also and window function also, but I really prefer CTE method. So first we'll be naming it, like let's solve with the CTE as, so select what we need to print. This is user ID, and then spend the column and transaction date. So here we can use row number, dense rank, and rank. So you also need to know what is the difference between these three functions. So here it's just having, asked that you have to find a third transaction only. So we can have this row number function too. Row number, then over, you need to know the syntax as well, and this is partition by user ID, just copy paste, see here, and then order by transaction date. So here it is, and now we are naming it as row num, and from which table, so this is transaction table. And then coming to the main query, so we are writing the main query here. Select what we want. So we want this user ID, and spend also we want a column and a transaction date. So here it is, and now from which CTE, so this above CTE, so here you can see CTE. Let me cover the space. So now it's very important to filter where clause we can use it to filter. So where this row num equals to, we wanted the third transaction, so we can put like 3 here and close it. So let's run. Okay, so there's a problem here where, fine, so this is transactions. So you can just see this, because you need to just copy and paste, because sometimes you used to just here just S was left, so you can just cross check it, and now it's run, and you can see the user ID in the spend and the transaction. So basically if you see, this query assigns a row number. See, this assigns a row number to each transaction per user ID, and that is ordered by transaction date. And then in the main query it filters for transaction where with the row number is 3, so retrieving the third transaction for each user. So it's like that. Let's submit it. So it has been successful. So basically I'm using data lemur to practice these kind of real time questions, and that really helps me. And so it is like this. So you also try with other methods, you can use it. So signing off, Rashmipriya. Thank you so much.